Uh-oh. I don't know what it was that teleported in. Don't mind me. Don't mind me one bit. Okay, so the staff really isn't that powerful. It's really more of a hit it and then switch to something else type of weapon. Okay, good. I wonder what sort of protection that's going to give us, whether it's increased our health or we just take less damage. I will check it out in just a moment.
Doesn't appear to be working.
Well, that's a teleporter circle if ever I saw one. So before we do that, let's check out the star case. And in fact, let's check out our stuff, if we have any new stuff. Do we have any new stuff? No, we don't even have breastplate. The hat.
The hat who dropped the playing card. What do you think he is?
I'm not sure of his origins, but I'd guess they're not the same as ours.
The voice in the tunnels.
That voice in the tunnels.
The voice?
He said something about a chamber or something. As some kind of guardian, wasn't it?
I believe so. Sent to ward over some holy place.
Insightful.
Looks to have been battered in.
From the inside, too.
Hello? Hello?
Damn. Stuck fast.
Stuck. Alright, working electricity. Any supplies in these boxes? That would be too much to ask, wouldn't it? Oh, thank goodness for that. We've been in the dark for so long, I forgot what the light looked like. What the hell is that? That took a lot of killing. Whatever it was, it took a lot of killing.
Damn. Stuck fast.
Still, that's how you deal with spooky Slenderman abominations.
Florentine. Again.
Must have been very fond of himself.
What the hell's all this?
I have absolutely no idea, Adam.
So what part, I hear you say, Florentine, do the creations you call God and Satan calculate within this equation? Both are present, but both are without. These powers are the center of this world. It would be pointless to say otherwise. These powers are the sum of total of man's thoughts without form, for they are not fully conceived. They constantly germinate and die within the soul stone. They vie for the thoughts of man, and when one becomes the strongest, whatever, will take on a form and come again into this realm. So you see, both these powers are the sum total of this world. At any one time and until now have shared this place, but not for much longer. The world in which you live is becoming corrupt, and the pure thoughts of men are dwindling past. It is to the dark side of man's mind that the path is leading. The road which is even now forming the future. Two will come, Florentine. Two men. Excuse me. Neat, a magnifying glass.
This is exquisite. Look at the work around the glass.
I'd say it was French if it wasn't for the peculiar design.
Ah, cool. We get ourselves a magnifying glass.
1779. Fleur and Maison.
French.
Mademoiselle, you really amaze me sometimes.
Couple more documents. Alright. Looks good to me. What have we got? A
Sketch
sketch.
of a sword. Like no sword I've ever seen.
What's that smudge towards the top of the pommel?
It's an ink blot.
Sketch of a sword.
What's that smudge towards the top?
The map of the Requia maze. Oh, so this is the maze where I last got. When I played this game before, this is the maze that I got to. I got right to, well, wherever the end of the maze is, I guess here, and the game bugged or something, and I was stuck there because I didn't have these pan pipes. I think it was. And it won't let you go back out into the maze. I didn't have a save game to go back to. Fun. I guess we're pretty... I mean, not close, but we're certainly getting there.
This is exquisite. Look at the work around.
I'd say it was French if it wasn't for the peculiar design.
Alright, I'm liking this so far. Lots of work.
Empty closets.
Lots of working.
Locked.
Ooh, hello.
Someone's walking stick?
Rather ornate, isn't it?
Ah, of course, yeah, you get this other stuff. Forgot about that. Yoink, yoink. How does this work? Wonder how this one recharges.
This is filthy. Not been slept in for some time.
Judging by the state of it, I'm not surprised.
Their names are Saul and Hawk Florentine. Timeless creatures who will focus the thoughts of man and make them substance through the Soulstone. One is pure and without sin. The other, he is man's wickedness. These two creatures have fought for domination for countless eternities since the Soulstones fell to this world. But it is here, within and above this place, that the final battle will be fought. The battle that will dictate the eternal future of all mankind. Who will hate cannot say, but the strongest will be the reflection of man's thoughts at that juncture. They are coming, Florentine. They are coming to this place. The seals that you have broken that once hid the Soulstone have awakened them and alerted them to the stone. You have brought the last battle too soon, Florentine, and the universal balance has been shifted. Upon the four winds they come, Gaul and Hawk. The final battle. Florentine, you are a fool! Oh, maybe this is the one that charges when you kill stuff with it. So I think one of the staff weapons does that. Ratties. No light switch there.
Doesn't appear to be working.
Yeah, I'd go along with it. Okay, let's just do a quick backtrack. No light switch, huh? Well, I guess you can't ask for everything. Oh wow, that was extremely effective, holy crap. Okay, just a supply room. Couple help files. Not much else. Okay, so I believe that's all of that. What is up here? Darkness. Great. I feel like we sort of need to go through that teleporter. Or was it you have to kill stuff with this staff that then charges up the other one? I know there is a way to recharge the second staff, Florentine staff. There we go.
That light's gonna drive me crazy.
Yeah, epilepsy warning. Oops, that might have been one too many shells. A bit too slow to be a threat, really. Just a bit too slow. And you got this huge room to play around in, but they're not fast enough. I mean, heaven forbid we had modern FPS controls and I could strafe. I'd run circles around him. God, I can't see anything. Oh, shoot. Oh, not good. Okay, just managed to take it down just in time. Staff has not recharged. We need to figure out how to recharge that stuff. Or maybe you recharge it at any of those green points. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, that was really hurt. I was like, are we outside? I thought it was some sort of courtyard.
Solar system. Venus marked for some reason. Most like Earth of all planets.
Venus. Yes, the morning star. It's another name for Venus.
1779. Fleur and Maison.
French.
Mademoiselle, you really amaze me sometimes.
I want to look at the telescope, not the...
1770.
Okay.
Mademoiselle, you
Stop.
really amaze
Abort.
me sometimes.
God damn it.
Mademoiselle, you really amaze me sometimes.
Okay, I'm not even going to bother looking at the telescopes anymore in that case.
So,
Venus. Yes, the morning star. It's another name
Just
for
grab
Venus.
all of that. There is a door. Oh hey, it's Earth. That's a little weird. Because we're on Earth. Just a little weird. I love the two-dimensional telescopes on the balcony. So I think that's seems to be all there is here. Let's check out the paper. We have a journal and a couple sketches.
solar system.
Also known as the morning.
Yep. Planetary alignments. Classic stuff.
Sketch of somewhere.
Some place we've not yet come across.
I think it's on its side. And journal.
Wow. This looks like serious stuff. Journal. Leather bound and embossed.
What's the design on the cover? Embossed with the initial F.
There's something sticking out of the pages. Nicely worked silver key.
I'm going with Florentine. Oh, I see. It flips the page, but it keeps you where you were. Alright, story time. Brace yourselves. Claude Florentine. Entry, the morning of the 15th of January, 1330 AD. The Temple of the Morning Star. No fewer than 22 acolytes have entered the tower since our efforts begun 2 weeks ago, with only one returning in the intervening time. This man, Thomas, swore that he had met with someone within the tower who named himself the Gardener. Thomas swore to the powers that this Gardener aided him in his escape only moments before the gibbering madness of the Aya fell upon him. Unfortunately, this experience has had an adverse effect on the man, who has relapsed into a cerebral state of withdrawal. His body could be used to sate the hungers of the power if he proves to be of no further use to us. Goats and poultry can be expensive and sometimes ineffectual. Of the testimony of Thomas concerning the existence of his Gardener, I must say that I am skeptical. Whether what he saw was a figment of or truth, I cannot say, but Belial reliably informs us that the last of the Gardeners perished at the Fall of the Stone. I must take his word as truth. Yeah, Belial, the lord of all liars, you know. 17th of January 1330. Following our initial experiment, it is clear to me that the magical means should be employed for safety. After many long hours of reading and speculating, I have located the seal and sigil of the minion Gargaga, one of the lesser powers. On the last crossing to the tower, the power Gagil heeded my call to guide Belial and I through the labyrinth void, misleading the Aya as we travelled. Eventually we happened upon the Chamber of the Soulstone within the realm of Sheol. Our order now stand upon the threshold of the first of the great days. The first shard of the stone is now prepared. We are preparing for the next crossing. The stars are aligned and the portents are favourable. For the greater cause of the powers, and we walk to the tower. For the last time we walk without the fear of the Aya. All went as planned initially within the Chamber of the Soulstone, but as the first seal upon the first shard was broken upon the word and power, the very fires of hell rose and welled in all quarters. Belial was by my side with the sword in an instant to protect me from harm, but regretfully I passed out in the heat. When I awoke it was on the grass verge beside the smouldering remains of the temple. As fortune would have it, the fire did not spread to my priestly shack by the river, and so all my most important papers still survive. What puzzles me, though, is how Belial managed to escape from the fire and the Aya when 50 acolytes and priests perished in the resulting inferno. Have I made a terrible mistake? By taking the sword from the Soulstone, I have inadvertently set in motion a series of events which I may be unable to halt. Is the sword some way connected to the Soulstone? Belial cannot touch the thing at all for some reason. It burns me to the touch now, so much that I have decided to place it in the place of safekeep. My immediate plans for the future are unclear for the moment, but though my contacts, one fact is clear: the first shard and seal are unmade, and the course of the temple must continue. Belial has promised me acolytes from Europe who will be willing to travel to aid in the rebuilding of the temple. Favours owed, probably. I dare not speculate. The sword has disappeared from the safe place in the cottage. I immediately suspected Belial, but then realised my mistake. Last even, he was as restless as a newborn foal as we sat convening in the study. He blamed his uneasiness upon the absence of the sword. I am beginning to believe him now. The thief will be caught and dealt with, mark my words. The tower is as useful as it is dangerous. Once this was not the case, but as I am one of the few who has travelled there and onto other realms in the pursuit of the Order's goals and lived, I can say with all sincerity that the crossings are fraught with all kinds of hidden dangers, even with minions to guide. The Aya is constantly present within the tower, whether distant or near. Its unnerving ability to hunt down and devour those who come to its place is astounding. I refer to the manuscript that I have had sent from France concerning the travels of a magician from the last century. There is no mention of any gardener of the tower's past carnation, the manuscript being only a fragment of a much larger body. At first the dark, and within, I heard the fetid laughter of the souls of the Aya. It came at once upon me like a storm charged with rage and gibberish song, hypnotizing and calling for sweet perdition. I ran, for I knew the tales of this forgotten place. I ran and stumbled upon the cracked pave of the tower, but it was always there, here and beyond. There and always, its face looming from the shadowy depths. From whence and where did this thing come? I knew as I fell upon the cold stone, the face of death smiling down. Wow, this keeps going on, doesn't it? I fear the fire that ravaged the place when the second shard and seal was broken was from the same source as 74 years ago. Damn the light and burn it from its place. If we are to lose more acolytes and severely deplete our monetary reserves to rebuild the temple each time this occurs, then we must postpone our endeavours for a while until the problem can be solved. Belial, again saving my life in the fire, has whispered to me of an otherworldly device that may aid the Order, but its location and power is shielded from him. We are therefore currently making the necessary plans to travel to Plymouth, and there pay for passage on some merchant ship to Israel. The threat from our old Templar Order there does not bother me so much now that its existence is speculative. If we make Israel in good time, I hope for us to meet there with the minions Gagiel, Bekon, and Anaung, and bargain with them for their aid in our search. They are adept in seeking out the impossible and locating what is hidden. Hopefully our little setbacks will be solved for good. We make the journey south on the morrow. Hang on, this is a lot of reading. But Raven, didn't you do whole choosing adventure books? Yeah. They take a lot of stopping and drinking. We are currently sailing off the southern point of Barnholm in the Baltic, and if favourable winds prevail we will dock at Southampton on the 14th of this month. Our trek through Europe has not only proven successful in respect to the fires, but also have been able to recruit to our order new members, some of them distinguished and rich. They have instructions as to where to meet with us in England in the new year. I look forward to their arrival. While in Madrid, I took the opportunity to call in on an old friend who was able to disclose the secrets of the tower from an old manuscript he has saved from the library before the Inquisition can impose themselves. As I sit here in this salt-stinking cabin, I cannot help but wonder on what Thomas has said to keep me so long ago, what the scroll discloses. Final page, and a big one. The great power of the shards has appeared to us. Thankfully, though Abaddon's reasons are his own, he has divulged the secrets of the shards and seals within the chamber of the Soulstone. It is holding something back, I know it. I have confidence in this power yet. Something disturbs Belial, though again he is reticent. No matter how much I think that I know him, and I am forever abated in my belief by his petty shows of secrecy. Speaking unto him, we have agreed that it may be for the best at this time if the two do not cross paths. Belial is more than convinced of this. Of the tower, Abaddon has revealed much. The name Raziel has appeared in our conversation much, and this power appears to have place and dominion within the spiritual realm of Racriel for some reason. Abaddon has informed us that Racriel is a neutral power that, like himself, within the agency of imprisonment and freedom over those that transgress certain laws. I must speak of this power called Racriel at some point in the future, but a device for passage into Racriel, his realm, is beyond my sight. Abaddon will disclose sites and locations of these, and all other devices, but I feel the cost of bargaining will be high. I fear I must agree to the terms all the same. The Egyptian mask and the other devices I now keep secure from the others. With this act I can be sure that only I may tread the paths of the tower, unless permission is asked personally by others.
I wonder if the gardener that Florentine mentions in the journal is Raphael. Or is it one of the others? Raphael did say he was the last. That means that there must have been more at some point in the past.
If it is, it means that he's been around as long as Florentine has.
Evidently, the gardener that Florentine mentions in his journal is Raphael. Anything else in the journal to support that?
On return from the tower, Belial told Florentine that the gardeners had returned, and that they were responsible for the deaths of the demons guarding the gates.
It would seem that Raphael did have some friends. The One Power. The journal mentions the One Power. He's talking about God?
The opposite. Florentine makes a reference in his journal to the One Power when a temple member goes mad, and Florentine threatens to use him as some sort of sacrifice.
So they sacrificed their members then. Nice way to do business. This temple business. Anything in the journal? Anything I've missed?
Seems to be some sort of religious order. According to the journal, there were more than just acolytes working for Florentine. It mentions powers, dark powers.
Dark powers. On the dark side of the Force. Okay, we have a silver key. Which opens this. No, that is not... that is non-interactable. So I'd say we are done up here. Let's save. And I'm thinking that I think it's the sword recharges the staff. Oh, that's right, that was a thingy. We have been down here. However, we do not have the sword, so we cannot recharge the staff. Ah, here we go. But I imagine we can't be too far off getting it. I feel like I'm gonna fall through the floor. Alright, let's take the teleporter and get out of this hellhole. And possibly into a worse one.
Doesn't appear to be working.
Oh. Whoops. Alright. So we got the breastplate. We've done all that, so perhaps we are due to go back to the house. Let's see. Done all that. There does seem to be a sword drawn on the map here. Perhaps we can attain that now. There are quite a few things on the house map that we have not got yet. Certainly, let's head back into the house. Oh hey, there's the courtyard where we were. Ooh, scary eyes. Gotta watch out for those scary eyes. Okay, let's head back. I think we are done here. Oh, right. Yes, rubble. How could I forget? How could I ooh, hello. Forget. Well, then we're probably not done upstairs. There's got to be something else. I don't think I read this one. The mind is stronger than most would believe. Florentine far stronger. In the whole, it is man's mind that forms the... Oh no, I have read this one, haven't I? Okay. Okay, this was the room with that creature. Drippy, drippy, drippy. Ow. Just open the door on myself, why don't I?
Damn. Stuck fast.
Duck.